Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello, welcome. I'm Crystal. In today's video, I just wanted to do like a chill, relaxing kind of makeup glam for you all. It's going to be like another holiday glam, but more warm tone, more smoky, more bam. If you are interested in this video, please keep on watching. I will leave everything down in the description box below of what I use. I don't know if I'm going to be talking during this video because I low-key want to watch like some YouTube videos that I haven't watched in a minute. Before we get into this video, please make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't already. Hit that notification button down below so you don't miss out any of my videos. And thumbs up this video if you do enjoy. So let's just get right into it. So I did my eyebrows off camera because it takes forever to do them. I'm going to be jumping into two palettes, but the main one is going to be the Morphe 3503 palette right here. For the first shade, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's this nice warm reddish brown shade. I'm gonna focus that on the outer corners of my lids and then apply it to my crease, but I just realized I forgot to prime my eyes. I'm actually just gonna take my NYX eyeshadow base because it's the first one next to me, and I'm just gonna apply that all over. It is a white base, so it's really gonna make our shadows pop. I'm making sure I'm bringing it all the way out towards the tails as well. I'm gonna take this first shade right here on the top with my brush that I usually put my under eye powder, and I'm just gonna set that in place because I know that this base is a little bit more on the wet side, so it needs help to like dry a little bit, and I don't want there to be any streaks between my shadows. So just really packing that on, and this is gonna allow the other colors to just blend out so much easier with one another. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with that shade that I mentioned, this one right here. I'm just packing it on. I'm not blending out just yet. I'm mostly packing on the color before blending it out, and I'm just using a little Profusion brush. You guys, I love these brushes that they come out with in their palettes. They're just so nice. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm going to start blending out that crease, or I'm gonna start blending out that color. Mostly on top of it, and then bring this shade right here in the inner corners. And I'm using another Profusion brush. Like, you guys, I have like tons of these. So I'm kind of like packing this one on too, but I'm gonna be blending like right on top of this area and then blending right here. So first I packed that color on, and now I'm starting to slowly blend in circular motions. I'm going in with that first shade and that other brush, and just make sure I blend between because I don't want it to disappear. And then with a clean brush with no product, I'm just gonna blend this out a little bit more. And I'm using very light pressure. I'm not like digging my brush into my eye. I'm using this old brush by Morphe. I believe this is their M433. The name is like off of it. I'm gonna actually go into my Jaclyn Hill volume 1, and I'm gonna take this shade right here called Central Park, and I'm going to deepen this up right here a little bit more. And I'm mostly like packing it right here and then slightly blending it in, like in the smallest section possible, because I still want that previous shade that's underneath to kind of peek through. I'm going in with that like reddish brown shade, and I'm just gonna blend that other shade out. Kind of like that. I know it looks so crazy, but trust me, it's going to look bomb. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. It's going to look good. Taking my handy dandy Vaseline, I'm going to just kind of cut this area in the front so that the lid shade could be a little bit more like open, and then taking my Q-tip to just wipe it right off. I kind of like taking my Q-tip and going like this, like rolling it to get like a nice point. They have Q-tips that are pointier, but I don't have those anymore. We're just gonna wipe it right off. And then I'm taking this little lip brush with a little bit more of the NYX eyeshadow base and applying that to that area. I don't add too much of this base. It's not my favorite base, but I do like it. It's just more on the slippier side. I'm just gonna take my brush that I use to like blend out my base, and I'm just gonna tap it. Going back in with that reddish brown shade, I'm gonna blend that right here, going back and forth because I don't want it to be too harsh of a line. And I'm actually gonna take that brush and wipe off some of that shadow. And then going in with that orangey brownish shade and just diffusing this a little bit more. It's okay if like a little bit of the shadow gets on where you just put that base, just very little. I didn't want it to be too harsh though. In my Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm gonna take this shade called Sissy, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. And I'm using a AOA Studio E121 brush. I'm really gonna pack that on and then just dab it right into this area. Oh, I love this shade. Love it. And I'm mainly only focusing this in the front because I kind of want to put a shade that looks similar to that matte right in between. So in this area right here in the middle, I'm going to take this shade that's directly underneath that reddish brown. They kind of like are similar, so that's why I want to do this shade. And I'm gonna take another AOA Studio what is this one? They're E113, and I'm just gonna pack that on to my brush and blend that on top right here. Oh, so gorgeous. So I'm gonna go back in with the 3 shades. So the shimmery shade, this shade right here, and then this shade, just to make sure that it's like a nice even like ombre. I'm taking a little bit of the central part and I'm just like dabbing it very little and then going back in to blend it out. So I'm actually gonna do the other eye off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so my other eye is finished. I'm going to start moving on to my face because I have to do something else. I do want to do a little glitter, but I kind of want to do my face first. I'm gonna go in with my Neatrogena Hydra Boost water gel. I forgot to like moisturize my face a little bit. This is going to give more hydration to the face. My lips been so dry lately, especially my skin. So I'm just gonna apply that all over. I have a little concealer here since I cleaned up my brows, but it is totally fine. I cleaned up underneath my eyes with a makeup wipe and I kind of sharpened this, but I'm not going to keep it like kind of like sharp. I'm gonna make it more rounder, but after the fact I did my concealer and everything. So yeah, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Glow Dewy Mist. Gonna let that sit onto my face. I'm actually gonna take my sponge and press it in because I need to hurry up and film this video. I've been in here for already like 40 minutes, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie, I've literally been filming for 40 minutes. For foundation, I'm taking my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation in the shade T15 Golden Honey. And I'm just, hold on. Take that. Forgot to prime. L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Primer. Totally forgot about that. When I be editing my videos, I be laughing at like how it looks like I'm rubbing my face so rough, but I'm really not. Like, okay, so I'm gonna take my foundation now. I like to do like at least 2 pumps. I'm just gonna blend it out using the sponge. I know my eyes look so like dramatic, glam, but I'm actually gonna keep my face pretty like soft. I want it to be kind of like a medium coverage today. I was about to say something else, I don't know. So usually I would go back in with another layer. You could still see like my freckles, a little bit of blemishes, especially this one, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go right into my concealer. I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Coverage Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. This was like my all-time favorite concealer. I'm gonna put a little right here underneath my eyes. It will give me a little bit more coverage anyways, especially in this like area. And I'm not squeezing a lot of product out. I'm just moving it around to kind of help blend. And I'm using a little sponge by e.l.f. I just love this concealer. It will always like be one of my favorite concealers because it's super affordable. It's like $3 and you get pretty good coverage. I like this to like stretch this area with my nose so that there's no like creasing. And then I'm gonna take the shade Beautiful Bronze and I'm going to contour a little bit on my cheekbones. I put majority of it on the back of my hand. I'm gonna swirl like that. So I'm picking up the product from here. And I'm gonna take the other side and just start blending this out right away. I do notice what like the shades that are a little darker than my skin complexion, for some reason they dry so fast. So I have to really work with them, especially this shade. I know it looks hella crazy, but I'll clean it up into a little bit. I feel like Beautiful Bronze is such like a universal shade because so many people use it. Like people who are way lighter than me use it to bronze. And then I've seen like darker complexions, like not too dark, but it's a little darker, use it. So it's just such a, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Like it's really, really beautiful. After I do that, I still need to clean up. So I take the brush sponge that I use my foundation on and I just merge these two together and it looks so pretty afterwards. And we're definitely gonna clean up with the powder too. So, but you see how already like it just blends together. And since I did that, I want to take a little bit of a lighter shade. This is the Creamy Beige. This is just for the color. I don't need it for the coverage. I just want my under eyes to be a little bit lighter. I use a small amount and it just brightens so much. You see that? Like imagine if I would have did a whole bunch. I would have looked like a clown. And then whatever's left on my hand, I'm gonna take and just and then with my AOA Studio E104, I'm gonna take that Beautiful Bronze that's been sitting on my hand. I'm gonna pick it up and then contour my nose. I'm not really contouring my nose, I'm just giving that shade a little bit of shadow because if I just leave it bare, it's gonna look like disappeared. So I like to do that. To set the center on my face, I'm gonna take my airspun this powder. I'm just gonna go back over underneath the eye, make sure that there's no creasing, lightly set underneath. And I'm using, and you guys know I love my banana powder by black radiance. But since I want to keep my under eye pretty light, I'm going with the airspun. This one is the translucent extra coverage, so I feel like it gives more of that like brighter look to it. And I don't add too much because this is the extra coverage, so I don't need a lot of powder. For bronzer, I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild What Shady Beaches, and you guys know I love the shade. And this bronzer, I'm mad that it broke, but it's whatever. So I'm just going to take that and lightly set. I don't want to take too much. And then taking my Morphe M501, setting my nose contour. I really like focus it in this little socket right here. For blush, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics chocolate truffle or chocolate orange truffle palette. And this is what it looks like. I love these shades. I'm just gonna go mix them all. And then now to kind of clean up the bottom of my bronzer, I'm gonna go in with my Black Radiance Banana Powder. I don't want it to be too bright, so that's why I'm going in with this one. I don't let it sit too long, and whatever is left, I'm just like patting over everything to make sure it's nice and blended. I'm gonna set my face using my Morphe setting mist. Love this stuff. Yummy. And while my face is still kind of like wet-ish, I'm gonna take my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Rose Gold. I haven't used this in a minute, so I love this. I forgot how like good this is. It kind of reminds me of the lid shade a little bit, like a little bit in the center of my face, or a lot. Get how much shadow is on my lashes. So I'm gonna do my lower lash line, but before I want to show you guys what lashes I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the Diamond Lashes by Cattation. This is what they look like. Oh, I love these. So I'm actually gonna put my lash glue on, so while I'm doing the lower lash line, these are drying. I'm gonna take my Duo Lash Glue in the clear shade, I believe this is. The chair that I'm sitting on, I got this from Target and I love this chair, but sitting in it for a long time, it makes the lower part of my back hurt, and I used to have a pillow behind it and it was so comfortable. I have no idea where I put that pillow. So with my shadows, I'm actually going to round this out right here. So I'm gonna go back in with that reddish shade and just start rounding it because I don't want it to be like that sharp line. Taking that and rounding it, and then whatever's left, kind of starting to drag it on a little lower lash line. I like a blown out lower lash line, so if it gets too smoky, it's for the best. And then taking that orangey shade and just going right around it. And then this is the brush that I had no product on, and I'm just starting to diffuse it. You see, so it's more like rounded, smoky. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Air Value Mega Mascara. I really love this mascara. But I still do, like, my favorite mascara all time is the L'Oreal Telescopic. And I was just on TikTok the other day and people were talking about like how bomb it was. And I was like, listen, I've been on it since like before anybody. But I really like this one too. It's really, really good. I never really have too much of issue with the L'Oreal mascaras, except like I think there was one that I really didn't care for overall, like their Bambi Lash. Oh my god, it was so pretty. This one is really, really nice. This one is like almost like the telescopic in a way where it gives me like that length, but this one is like volumizing too. It's just so bomb. But it doesn't really it doesn't separate as much as the telescopic one, but I do like it. It's really, 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 really pretty. I waited a little too long to put these on. Okay, this one is like not sticking because I waited too long to pop them on. These lashes are so bomb. I'm gonna take the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in Popular and I'm gonna put that into my waterline. It's like this nice pink shade, just something different. And before my lash dries all the way down, I'm gonna apply this. Super gorgeous. This inner corner right here is like not cooperating, but it's okay. I'm gonna apply some mascara to my lower lash line. And then a little bit on the actual false lashes, just to make it like pop a little bit. Ooh. For my inner corner highlight, I'm just gonna take the same Molten Rose Gold highlighter by Maybelline. I'm gonna put that into right here. I'm gonna add a little bit onto this brow bone. I'm gonna brush my brows out because a little bit of product got on it, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna take a little bit of this glitter this is the glitter liner by Wet n Wild. This is from their Fantasy Maker collection, and I can't remember the shade, but it's this really nice purpley reflect with silver. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this and put it like right into the crease, like right here. Ooh, I like that. And I'm just gonna let that dry. I want it to be a little thick, not super thin, because this is not like really like a cut crease. I like that. It kind of gives like that wet look more than like glittery. And then I think I want to take a little bit right here in the center. Let's see how that will look. In person, it looks better. On camera, you really can't see it. I added it to the lashes, like right here. So like dead center. I don't know if you guys can tell, but looks really, really pretty. For lips, I'm gonna go in with my Half Red lip liner by MAC. And then I'm gonna go in with this lipstick by Wet n Wild. This is the Just Peachy. And then I'm gonna top that off using the Wet n Wild lip gloss in the shade Cloud 9. And this is the completed look, you guys. I hope you all enjoy. I really, really love how it came out. I love that it's very blown out, this warm, but yet it has like a hint of pink and purple in it. It's definitely almost like a winter wonderland with a little twist. I really, really love how I did I really like the ombre lip instead of doing like my normal nude lip. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'll leave everything down in the description box below of what I use. Don't forget to check that out. Also, I do have a giveaway going on if you guys didn't know. It closes next week. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it right here so you can enter to win the giveaway. I have nothing else to say, but I hope you guys enjoy your holiday week. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.